What's good, listeners? Throw your V's up. Our guest on Just Talking are fitness guru sensations, Vision Twins, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. So let's bring them up on screen. How you guys going, fam? Oh, bring them back. Bring them back.
What are you doing, Chris? Stop pushing the buttons.
I know. Stop doing anything. Hey, did you guys bring your protein shakes? Did you guys move your Ham Hawkins? Are you guys ready to rock and roll?
We don't believe in protein or protein shakes, man. We just get to it.
Okay.
No protein?
Because that's funny because my mom just loves the lifestyle of drinking a protein shake in the morning. So you think that's just a facade that doesn't need to be for everybody?
Oh, no. I think protein shakes definitely have their place. It's just we've just done it for so long and we're like, you know what? We can do our own thing. We've never really done protein to lose the weight. So we're like, let's just keep it going natural, you know?
Hey, absolutely.
Are you getting protein? Because like I said, I'm a certified dietitian or nutritionist, right? So are you getting protein through natural means then? Because you don't have to have a protein shake to get protein. You don't have to eat meat to get protein, right? So are you still getting protein like at least through your food, or are you just like, I'm a carb heavy dude?
Oh, no, absolutely. We still eat, chicken, beef, getting our protein in.
Yes.
Sure.
And
they're not eating lettuce like a turtle.
Well, I know, and it's true because honestly, as they know too, if you can get your needs, minerals, vitamins, protein, carbs naturally through your food, that is the best way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But you know what, Calvin and Angelo, it's remarkable to see you boys influence millions of followers online, embracing the Vision Twins mentality. Don't wait. Lose weight. And keeping an online presence daily is like sticking to a workout regimen. It takes discipline. So how do you guys create content without burning out?
I think the biggest thing for us is just being really connected to our mission. And at the end of the day, whatever we speak has to come through that idea, you know what I mean? The mission, the vision that we have for ourselves. So all the content we do, as long as you have a goal, there's unlimited things you could do to get there. So
yeah, absolutely. But with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok alone, social media becomes a full-time job. And is being a fitness influencer easy?
We wouldn't even really, that's the thing, we don't like to kind of put ourselves in a box with the fitness influencer because we feel like, that scene isn't necessarily where we kind of relate the most, even though granted we do have clients, we do have people that we train and help lose weight. We have thousands of clients that we've helped. But really,
wow.
It's having a vision, and it's in the name, it's having that vision for yourself and really believing in what you can't see and knowing that you can get there.
Our biggest thing is we help people that are overweight become a person that doesn't necessarily have to go to the gym every day or be a gym freak if they want to just be in shape and love their life. And I think that's more relatable to a larger population of people that don't feel like being bodybuilders, don't want to be, running marathons, just want to be the normal person, but they ended up losing a massive amount of weight and got their life back.
Well, how would you then describe yourselves? If you're not a fitness influencer, right? You don't want to use that term, then how would you if you had to put it into a tagline, how would you describe yourself? Like as the putting it out there, should I say?
I don't think we really even describe ourselves. We let the people do that, and we just kind of come as the inspiration and motivation that we wanted to be when we were overweight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, how do you guys, keep up and stay active and engaged with your Vision Twin army? I mean, that seems like such a tough task. I mean, you guys just said right now, we deal with over thousands of clients. I can't even think of 88 friends in high school that I still keep in touch with. You guys are keeping in touch with thousands of people. How do you make this all work out? Are you guys the only team? I mean, do you guys have management?
Well, thankfully, there's two of us, and we're very, there's two of us for a reason. I think we've been blessed with that. So imagine if you had a clone, how much more would you get done, Chris?
Yeah, that's a good point. What the hell was my mom thinking? Damn, maybe we might have genetics for this after all in the future.
If there was two of us, rage quit would be, or two of you, rage quit would be going. Oh!
Yeah, I don't know if there would be any room to talk in this mix. But I mean, what are the Vision Twins doing differently in the new year to keep on growing even more?
I would say diving into our followers a lot more. I think during 2021 to 2022, from the time we first talked to even now, social media does get to your head a little bit. and not in a way that like we thought we were better than anybody, but it was you could take your foot off the gas pedal essentially and not necessarily try as hard as you want it to be. And now we're more of diving back into our people and just showing that we care, you know. And I think that's the biggest thing that lasts the longest is just keep being real, keep being honest, and showing that, you know, we're there for them regardless if it's 2 million, whatever, 3 million followers. We're just there to be someone that they can relate to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, do you boys ever worry about the pressure of like always doing the right thing 24/7 online? Or is that something more for like the Liver King to worry about? Because
No,
I
I
know
think
sometimes, you got, fitness people like you guys who might want to smoke a blunt or something like that every once in a while. And then, you want to kind of, keep the persona like, hey, we don't drink too much champagne. We're not drinking too much Mad Dog 40/40s behind the scenes. Do you guys let loose? Or, I mean, is it always, kind of sticking with that diet regimen?
You know, I think as far as keeping things on brand, that's definitely the point. But, you know, our brand is us at the end of the day. We are, you know, exactly what we say we are on social media. So we obviously don't go into, you know, like arguing with people or doing that because that's just not who we are in person, anyways. We don't sit there and waste time arguing with the grocery store lady. Or,
Well,
you know, we just don't do that. So it's very easy for us to navigate in that sense. And as long as we don't go with the mission to hurt anybody or intend to make someone feel less than, then you know,
well,
I think it works.
didn't one of you just recently quit smoking weed? I thought I saw was it that you had noticed you quit smoking weed and your health, and you really leaned into God more. Wasn't that
yeah.
just? I thought I saw that on your recently, right? The last month, wasn't it?
Yeah, so last month we had like totally gone like throw everything away.
Yeah.
It's actually been like a 2 to 3 month thing where we got rid of the weed and really just getting into our prayer and praying to God and just listening to that higher voice because we feel like we all have that person that in our head that feels like they're kind of controlling our life, not in a bad way, but just somebody to check in with. And it got into a point where we had to just throw it all out. And, that really helped us during that time. And not gonna lie, there have been a couple times during the past, couple months
More
or
than
so.
a couple times.
Yeah, where we've gone out and smoked weed, but it's not something that we needed to wake up or that we needed to go talk to management. It's not like something that
Well,
we relied on like how we were. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I would say that you guys kind of sound like Stephen A. Smith, even though he kind of jokes around. He's like, stay off the weed. But the only reason he says that is he goes, I don't know one single soul that allows marijuana to damage their livelihood when it comes to making an income for a living. And that also sounds like what the Vision Twins are all about. We're not going to be, a bunch of couch potatoes. We're not going to let the devil's lettuce, stop us anytime soon. And I think that's, hey, better kudos for you. Better than me. But
I don't
Vision
know how
Twins,
people do it. I don't know how
yeah,
people do it during the day. That's hard.
no, it's absolutely. And Vision Twins, let's switch gears because I know the American Academy of Pediatrics issued new guidelines for the first time in 15 years, making the case that eating well and exercising is not always enough. Would you guys agree with this assessment?
So we did watch a video that we were sent by the crew, and we did have a few opinions on it. Obviously, some of the things they were saying had some validity to it, but the way that they took those true sayings and then molded it to fit their agenda was pretty crazy. Some of the things that they were talking about, how your body has like a homeostasis line, and then anytime you try to go on a diet, they're like, forget that.
Yeah, right.
and
Isn't that kind of weird?
yeah, they said that your body wants to bring it back to this level, and whatever's been there for like if you're at this level for 3 to 6 months, that's where your body wants to stay at. But they fail to realize, like, if you just cut your calories down and then you stay there for 3 to 6 months, that's your new baseline. So it's kind of just leaving leeway for people to obviously stay unhealthy, stay overweight. And it's not, that message isn't going to last long. We deal with people that want to lose weight all the time. We were overweight. And you can't tell us that we wanted, that it was okay, that we knew we were fine being overweight. That's just, it's just pleasing to the ears for a minute. But after that, when, the lights are off and you're in your bed by yourself and you're looking at your body, or you're in the mirror looking at yourself, you know that no matter what anybody says, you're not happy with how you look. And, you have to make some changes. And that's where we come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know the clip that we sent over to you guys was a very popular clip that was trending at the very top of the year. It was with Leslie Stalls on 60 Minutes interviewing the Biden administration's brand new member who's going to be joining the 2025 Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee. And this doctor named Fatima Cody Stanford, who specializes in obesity medicine, claims the number one cause of obesity is genetics. I mean, how does someone keep a straight face saying that? Is it really genetics?
No, we have family, and I'm sure you guys you guys probably have family members who are overweight or obese themselves, and you can see their actions and how they maneuver through life and what they're eating, and you can clearly put two and two together and see why somebody looks like how they look. And I don't think it's
Well, I would say real quickly, like, the biggest way that I would point out to you guys is that really stands out for everybody is the fact that you can look at photos from, like, let's say the 1940s or the 50s of baseball games. You even look at people in the audience stands. No one looks fat. So, like, how did genetics just randomly change in the 80s and all the way until 2023, if that's truly the case?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, so I believe that
Oh, baby.
they pump up this food, and it's all meant for for control. So at the end, they can say you have a disease and you have a problem, when really they probably don't have a problem. It's just they're kind of victims because of what our society is kind of molded.
And I'm totally with you on this conspiracy theory. I'm with you on this one here, because that doctor, just is a weight loss surgeon, which it doesn't surprise me that she pushes surgery for children, which is not necessary or needed for that. They're not going to die tomorrow with it. Fix your eating, right? Healthier choices, right? Get out and walk. And it's a family thing too, right? And then on top of that, it was the 1990s with the food pyramid, talking about conspiracy, our government wanting us to eat unhealthy, wanting us to pay into more of their medical stuff, right? I'm so with you on this one.
Yeah, that's a great point, Marissa. Angela, let me throw it to you again, because you've spoken out about like why people love what the Vision Twins do, because you say, quote, "We are so vulnerable with our loose skin. We show it off like it's nothing." So when you hear that, so would you even follow along with some of these guidelines that they were even saying in this very popular 60 Minutes clip, where she was even advocating for kids as young as 13 years old to take a shiv like in The Last of Us and slice your stomach fat out? I mean, would you do that if you had the option back then?
Oh no, I wouldn't. And it's crazy because you like you said, you look at the things that are getting put out nowadays. And I saw this graph the other day. It said like Lucky Charms was healthier than like eggs or something.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
It was like red meat was worse. Like, there was just some like dark chocolate's better than red meat. It was just like crazy, like these things that are being told what is healthy for people to eat versus unhealthy. And you go to any farm in America, you go anywhere where food's being naturally made, and you realize, okay, yeah, like no one's eating Lucky Charms over here.
Well, yeah, like it's interesting that you just said right now that you guys are building upon, we're talking about, talking at the charts about how they manipulate us and etc. Don't you feel like, I'm not saying you guys are fitness influencers, because you've clearly already spelled that out right now, but we do have a question live on air from Brandon Tejeda, who is saying it is the way food has changed since then and the stuff they add into the foods. But let me add into this, along with Brandon's comment. Do you feel like fitness influencers are saturating the scene with, fake diet plans or regimens that just really don't work out?
I think it's lack of the right information. Most people, they give you a blanket statement on how to lose weight, which is obviously being in a calorie deficit, which again, that is very true. But, if you spell something out, it doesn't mean that someone understands it, So it's being able to put those into terms and put those into real life situations that people understand is what really makes a change. So at the end of the day, it's like trying to tell someone, if you want to get a good grade, study more. Well, what do I study? How do I study? It's that type of stuff.
And how are you guys aiming to deliver a sense of responsibility with ending obesity one day at a time?
100%. And it's kind of about everything that we've talked about, even back to, the conspiracy thing is like, I feel like there's just been so much control in our lives. And even bringing it back to the weed statement, like, there's songs, smoke weed every day. Like, it's like, you have to realize, like, what do you subconsciously listen to and what people are trying to plug into your brain and really have discernment in where you see your life going, and having that control is what's going to make the difference.
And you know what also could be a great beneficial thing? Because, myself personally, I'm very guilty with drinking Budweiser. I love my beer. But, there's sometimes at a point where, some people as young as our age who are becoming alcoholics. And I don't think people realize if you, let's say, for example, you're buying a 30 rack every single day and you're just pounding beer consistently. $27.50 every day for a full year is $10,000. Could you imagine if you put that kind of money into your own personal health?
Absolutely, it would be amazing. You'd see crazy results and you'd feel a lot better, obviously. But that study that the doctor on whatever it was CNN or something like that that had mentioned, it's a mental illness. I do agree in some parts to that. I'm not going to say all of her things are wrong. There's definitely some validity in the whole, it's a disease in the sense of the mind, but yeah, it's something that you have to deal with mentally. And the reason why someone's going out and buying a 30 pack of beer isn't because they love the taste of Budweiser that damn much. It's they're going through something, and they're going through something mentally that can be caused by a multitude of different reasons. And so if we can get to what those reasons are, then you can correct the behavioral changes. And then now you can change the trigger emotions from, instead of every time they feel, depressed or sad or angry, they go get a beer. Well, now every time they feel depressed, sad, or angry, they go and work out. They go and read a book. They go and do notes. They do something that's, not aiding into that pattern that's been constantly ruining their lives.
So I think what I love that you bring up so much is about you have a habitual. And if it's a negative habitual, it's not just about stopping it, it's finding out why you do it and then replacing it with a
Yes.
positive habitual. We are creatures of habit. And I promote that with my clients also on there. And it just sounds like I get so reassured hearing it from you two who are huge life and fitness motivators who have your voice out there, people listen to. So it just makes me feel good too that like what message I'm sharing is the same one you're sharing because it works.
It's the
But when you hear that, this doctor is saying, eat what you want, it's your genes after all, I kind of find that kind of outlandish on a level. And to me, it kind of comes across as a bit fat phobic when you tell somebody that, hey, after all, it doesn't matter what you do and put in your body and how many exercise regimens that you do, it's always going to be your genes in the end. Do you view it the same way?
Yeah, it's like
control.
It's telling them they need surgery, and
You're powerless.
Yeah.
You're weak. You're a victim to yourself, and you're fat because your mom and your grandma and your dad
Right.
and your family's overweight. I mean, sure, nurture is very key to someone's weight as a growing up and being kids, but that's when someone gets to an age where they can make their own decisions. Then that's someone's decision to say, I'm going to go change this and fix these behaviors. So it's not all, left up to chance.
And that's kind of how, when we were on our weight loss journey, we had gotten to 18 years old and we're kind of looking left and right. And we're like, so not everybody loses weight. It's like, we had started it when we were 17, we get 18, we're out in the real world now. We're like, it's not everybody, change their life. But and you come to realize, there's a lot of people who go further on in life and never make the change. So that's what we're here for.
Hey, so true,
love
Vision
that.
Twins. I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, just the fact that you guys lost a staggering combined weight loss of over 290 pounds, that should tell the CCS family alone that don't wait. Lose weight, baby. I love you guys a lot. Thank you again for joining the Chris
Yes.
College Show, Millennial Talk Show. Where can our listening audience follow you guys on social media?
At Vision Twins on all platforms.
Yeah, that's what's up. Throw your V's up. Throw your V's up. Appreciate you guys. One love.